just got to look at the Z Grills 700 series, 700, 2C, 2E. Today, I'm gonna show you exactly why it might be the only pellet grill that you're ever gonna need again. So if you haven't heard of Z Grills, it's not a very popular brand. You know, to be honest with you, you always hear Traeger, Camp Chef, and those. So they actually used to manufacture the grills for Traeger, Grilla Grills, and other brands, and decided to go out on their own and create their own pellet grills with all the knowledge they've had over the years. So let me show you what this thing's all about. All right, and one last thing before the comments go crazy, I know everybody's gonna be in there.
It's just an easy bake oven.
I get it, trust me. You know my smokers, you've seen the videos. I use Kamado Joe's, I use Offsets, my Smoke Slinger. I use a ton of different grills, but you know what? I have 5 kids. And reality is, with a full-time job and everything else, I can't sit there and baby a fire all day. A pellet grill is gonna put out some seriously good barbecue, if you know what you're doing. So, save the comments for now. Let's talk about this pellet grill, and if you're in the market for a pellet grill, why I think it's the best one for you. So it's not one of the biggest grills out there, but it definitely has more than enough space for most. You're getting 697 square inches of cooking space. That's 504 on the main grate and 193 up top. That's room for 29 burgers, 6 racks of ribs, and 5 whole chickens. Now, to be fair, what these manufacturers say they can hold and what they should hold are two completely different things. You do not want to pack these things out. You could if you really needed to, but I wouldn't do it. It has a 28-pound hopper that keeps things running consistently for those long overnight smokes, so you don't have to worry about running out of pellets. All right, so let's talk about the build quality of this pellet grill. The 700 2C 2E feels solid. Powder-coated steel, tight fit, clean welds, and it actually has decent heft. But it's very, very lightweight, so it's actually only like 130 pounds, which makes moving it and setup super, super easy. Now, it's obviously not as strong as my Ironwood Excel. That thing's just a tank, but you're talking about a $2,000 smoker compared to this, which is actually $599, which is an awesome price for the quality of this pellet grill. And the small touches help. It has a pellet view window that you can see the pellets right from the front of the hopper. It has a quick flavor swap door in the back, so you can change your pellets when you want to switch different pellets. And it has an ash cleanout system, and it also comes with an app that is extremely intuitive and very easy to set up. It took me 2 minutes to set it up with the grill. You can control the temperature, you can watch temps, you can change target temps. It comes with 2 probe holes that you can put in 2 probes and monitor them as well. You can set timers in here. You can pretty much do everything from your phone if you don't want to do it on the grill, or you're just out and you have other things to do and you want to just control it and watch it from your car or from wherever you are. While it's a pretty standard feature on most grills nowadays, it does make life easier. Time and temper everything, and you can manage it without having to hover the grill. So this specific model comes with their brand new PID 3.0 controller. It's their new system. It's meant to hold temps between 5 degrees. So if you have a target temp set at 250, it's gonna fluctuate between 245 and 255, which is pretty amazing and something you get from much more expensive grills. So this also has a smoke setting on it, and it's not like a super smoke like Traeger has. This is a smoke setting, and it's meant to be for the first hour or two to get as much smoke onto your meat as possible, and then you crank it up and you start running at your target temps of 225, 250, or whatever they happen to be. So it does work well. I did test it, and it does get a lot more smoke flavor, and it runs at about 160 degrees. So again, it's only really meant for the first hour or two. It also comes with 2 wired probe ports and a probe hole into the side of the cook chamber, so you don't have to run it under the lid and let the heat and smoke out. It comes with a pretty solid cover. You're gonna get this as well. So most times, I guess 99 bucks or more for a cover for pellet grills, and you're getting this included in that price. So deduct that from the price. All right, so this is it. This is the part, and this is why I think it is one of the best grills that you can buy. I told you before, it goes for $599, but you can pay $777 right now. It's on sale, so you gotta move quickly, and they're going to give you a brand new pellet grill every 5 years for 50 years. So that means you're getting 10 brand new pellet grills plus the one you bought for $777. I know it sounds absolutely bonkers, and this is what they're doing right now. I verified it. I looked at other deals they ran like this in the past, and they've come through with everything they said. And if they don't have this model and they come out with a better one, they're actually gonna give you the better pellet grill. So you're pretty much gonna get an upgrade every 5 years. And you don't even need it. You know what? You wanna become that really cool friend, you wanna gain a lot of friends, you want that family to love you a little more, get it, give it to them for a holiday gift and birthday gift, and you're gonna look like a badass. So just like with any pellet grill out there, no matter what it is, the Ironwood, grills that are 2000 plus, they all have some downsides, right? They're not all perfect. So let's go over some of them. For me, one thing that I did notice right off the bat, which I'm not seeing an issue, I do see a little leakage. The lid does have a gap. You can feel the air coming out, which means it's not sealed. Also, you can't get a front folding shelf for this model. If you want a front folding shelf, if you're one of those people, that's gonna be one of the downsides for this model. Not the end of the world. They give you a huge surface here on the hopper to hold things. So it actually gives you way more than like my old Timberline 1300 that had that tiny little front shelf and you couldn't do anything with it. So I've had no issues putting things up top here. The other con, and this is just me starting to pick things apart, it's not really a con, it doesn't have a bottom shelf. Now most pellet grills in this price range aren't either, so it's not like something you're missing if you went with this over another one. When you start stepping up to the higher price pellet grills, then they start adding things like bottom shelves and doors and things like that. So it doesn't have that, but again, it's not a deal breaker. And the last thing, and again, this is just me being anal, using a lot of different pellet grills for the last 10 years or so, when you turn this on, you hit the power button, it immediately starts up. So most other pellet grills, I think pretty much all of them I've ever used, you set the temperature and then you start it. This one actually starts right up and then just gets going. So that's a little weird to me. It's gonna take some time to get used to. Again, not an issue, not a problem, but just something to be aware of, that once you plug it in and you hit that power button, it's going. All right, so let's wrap this up. These are my first impressions, my initial review of this pellet grill. It's time to put it through the paces, time to get some cooks on. So if you like the grill, if you like what I'm doing, do me a favor, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications because we got some serious cooks coming up. And I'm also thinking about putting it head to head, maybe some briskets, some short ribs against my Ironwood XL. So let me know in the comments below if that's something you want to see and I'll get that one teed up. But otherwise, it is an amazing, amazing pellet grill. I'm actually very shocked. Again, I said it before, the quality of this thing is pretty serious and it's definitely up there with some of the better brands. And for that deal alone, I mean, you just can't beat it. $777 and you get a brand new model every 5 years. I mean, come on, it's a no-brainer. All right, so I'm gonna go get some meat. I'm gonna get it on here and I'm gonna get ready for the next video. So again, please consider liking, subscribing, and turning on those notifications so you get notified when some cooks come out on this. All right, thank you so much again for watching. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.